Oh, baby.
It's good to be back, Chris. Good to be back.
Dude, it's so good to see you. Oh, it's so good to see you.
You want me to introduce myself?
Sure, dude. Yeah, we haven't really done many introductions. Wow. Thanks, baby. Nicole just got home.
Dude, your sick, awesome girlfriend just got home. I'll start off with this.
She brought me pizza. I mean,
I'll start off with this.
Life is amazing.
I think there's a lot to be said about having like a serious girlfriend in your early to mid 20s. Not that like I'm somebody who is in a position to be giving advice about that by any means, but
no, please give all the advice that you got.
Yeah, I think, right, like when you think about, and this is deep already, just right off the bat, but the course of your entire life, let's just say you live 80 years, right? Mm-hmm. Ideally, I mean, for me, I'm hoping to spend at least half of it with somebody. So I've always been under the assumption
why half?
I mean, if I'm not married by the time I'm 40,
I mean, why not more?
Right? No, at least.
Yeah. At least,
right, just like at a super high level.
Yeah.
And that, like obviously until you're like 15, like none of that even matters. So there's this kind of like really important period of like self-discovery and becoming a young adult. And I think there's a lot to be said about doing that alone or doing that with somebody else. But I'm literally prefacing this all just so I can say how much I envy the relationship you have and how happy you and Nicole seem. Like it's really an amazing thing. And one of the few things that gives me more like hesitation around my original thoughts of being like, I'm 24, like I should just be doing whatever the hell I want. But I actually have a lot more to say about that, but I love Nicole.
Dude, I mean, you're making me emotional to start the pod, dude.
I know, dude. I'm gonna feel the ways you've felt in a long time, Chris.
Dude, what? I mean, what more do you have to say? You said you had a lot more to say. Keep going.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll get into it, but let me introduce.
We can put a pin into it. Sure.
Yeah, we'll put.
I love it. Give me a full introduction.
I'll give you a full introduction.
What they want.
I can't imagine.
Welcome to the pod.
Yeah, welcome to the pod. Look, my name's Guy. I am 24. I live in San Francisco. I know Chris because we used to work together. I don't know how much he talks about it. I know you had very little. I know there was a period right after you left our old company, Green Hill, when you were really making it known how much you hated it and everything. we all shared in that sentiment. But Chris and I became very good friends. I interned there in 2018 and then came back to work full time. And I only overlapped with Chris for about 2 months before he literally played the sickest trick in the world. He convinced our old employer to fly him out to New York so he'd spend another year with them and then left after like 3 weeks. So kudos to that. But it's been great.
It didn't quite work. I did pay them back, but it did. It was worth it. It was worth it. It was a good shot.
The best thing that came out of that entire program for me was this blossoming relationship I've had with Chris for the next like 2 to 3 years. So that alongside a few others, shout out Carlene and Johnny, the goats, and Jenny and Inyoung. Like literally everybody our age, dope. Everybody else, whatever.
Yeah, we had, it was amazing how shitty of a place. I mean, we give it a pretty bad name. I think it's generally deserved, but like the people that like our age, great. Like, lifelong friends. I know. I run into Inyoung every now and then throughout the city. But really?
Yeah, like
I like the gym.
Sometimes no, not at the gym. Like just. I don't know. Maybe I'm lying and I'm just thinking back to when we all went to Bar None. Also, already. You really closed Bar None?
They closed. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks for like the 18 to 20-year-olds of San Francisco, but also for us, there aren't many places that like play.
Dude, I had no idea how much of a shithole that was in terms of.
Oh yeah.
They just let in anyone who you didn't have to have an ID, basically. Is the game plan.
IDs, yeah, you're more required to have a COVID vaccination than have an
ID. Yeah, dude, that place Oh my God, so many good BP games. But dude,
Well, it's one
yeah,
of the only bars where you can play drinking games, right? And
yeah,
people really
very
like that.
fun.
So actually, as a small side note, so unlike Chris, I still work in finance. I moved to a private equity firm in San Francisco.
I love the continued like shout out to the listeners. Like you're talking right to them right
It's a
now. I love it.
podcast, man. Like
I love
what
it.
it's both a conversation with you
Yeah.
and a
Mhm.
conversation with them. Although the one with them is a lot more one-sided.
It's a little one
Fully
side.
enjoying it.
I love it. Keep going. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. So I work at a private equity firm now, which is something I'll also put a pin in because there's a little bit I have to say about that as well. But the one thing this group of people love to do is go to like 2 to 3 star bars and play drinking games at the bars. Like we just had a corporate retreat and we couldn't quite go out and do that because of COVID. But as like the first year, I had to host a ton of like 40-year-olds in this room I had for me, just playing like flip cup and beer cup. And these guys are good. Like
In a bar.
I got
In a bar.
no in my room. We went to Carmel Valley Ranch. Have you ever heard of this place? It's
Like in Carmel.
yeah, think of it as like an adult YMCA camp where like older couples will go to like have the weekend away and like they have a nice golf course and beautiful amenities and it's like a ranch kind of. It's not really like like cattle, but there's like all these different activities to do. And then a group of like 30 like young to middle-aged private equity professionals come in and all they want to do is have like 3 hours of work meetings and then like drink the rest of the time. So it comes with a lot
Drink
of
like it surprises me that they're drinking like beer and wanting to play. Like I'm literally shocked right now that
yeah,
the
I
old
don't think
guys
it's
like want to play.
representative. It's not representative of all places, but if you think about how competitive a lot of these people are, it kind of starts to make more sense why they love to just play like it's
Sure.
like like best of 7 5-person flip cup. It's just like
That's
and they're
so
good.
funny.
They are good. Like I thought I was ready to go. I got housed.
How respectful of general rules are they of like flip cup? Like how are there, like
There's no
how
tomfoolery going on. Like
there's no tomfoolery. There's no
we're just
left
getting
hand
wiped
on
fair
the
and
cup.
square. I wasn't even complaining. I'm a very competitive guy. I always find something
Very competitive.
yeah, and I always find something to get the other team on or harp on the ref with, but
Mhm.
I had to sit back and take it. I also wasn't going to say anything regardless, but in the back of my mind, I knew not only did they like that I was getting washed, but it was just actually happening. So,
Oh my God. I love to hear that. Do you guys in the office, you guys have basketball? Because that was a big part of our relationship. Well, office
I
basketball.
thank you for reminding me. This is another anecdote for the listeners.
I mean, it's about 70% of our friendship.
Really, one of the oldest things I did. So as I mentioned before, I interned while Chris was working at our old firm full time, and that was actually the extent of which we really spent time together. And we had this little basketball hoop. It was a very special hoop too because everybody would sign it on their last day. I cannot tell you how much I was looking forward to doing that. How emotional I was when I finally just ripped that signature and got out of there. But Chris and I would play.
I love that that's a thing now, dude. I love it. I love it.
Chris and I would play hours of horse. And this is not a big bullpen. I think when you think bullpen, you think really spacey, wide open, like Wolf of Wall Street. Like, no, like it's like an 8x10 room, and
it's basically like my kitchen back there.
Yeah.
It's like 2 of my kitchens.
2 of his kitchens, and there's a little hoop that we have attached to like a file cabinet that contained nothing important beside at one point a fuck ton of empty LaCroix cans that we used to make a giant pyramid, which again, gotta put a pin in that one because maybe I'll find a photo as a visual aid at some point. But
and I love it. I can
hours of horse with Chris doing all sorts of shots, left-handed, right-handed, eyes closed from the hallway, over the chair, off the wall, like you name it. But the one important thing for you all to take away was I was Chris's daddy when it came to horse. I took some money off this guy. Best internship of all time.
We got really competitive. It reminded me of like, yeah, real sports competition.
Oh
Like
yeah.
this was not joking. We were not friendly. We were friends off the basketball court. But on the basketball court, we were dead serious. And there was a lot of mind games that
A lot of mind games.
you're a very good trash talker. You're a very good
I
trash talker.
I do my
I'll
best.
give you that.
You know, I actually used to be a very I don't know, like a timid kid growing up. Like, which
Really?
seems maybe a little bit hard to believe if you know me, but I used to avoid confrontation very often. My brother and my parents used to
What's your
like
earliest memory of that?
so I was, I don't know, 9 or 10.
Mhm.
Um, like in the kitchen, either eating breakfast or like lunch after school or something. And my brother's a great person. Like he would fight with my parents pretty often. And he's
Mhm.
not like a fucked up kid by any means, but like he would just always find things to scrap with my parents on. I really would never growing up. And they would be arguing and like it made me so uncomfortable. Like I would be in the kitchen, just like my head down, like just pretending like I
Damn.
wasn't even there, like also, and then like growing up, like big sports games, like I used to hate when people talk shit to me because I like it would get in my head and playing away games at stadiums, like all that stuff kind of
This
got
is
to me.
football?
Football, soccer, really anything. Like um I would say after I started playing football, honestly, and like just got bigger and like got more confident in my abilities and was like trying to recruit and like realizing I actually was like a pretty decent athlete, like that helped me out a bit and gave me like a bit more confidence to like start talking shit back and like backing it up. And now like I can't play sports without talking shit. I play like I play these like rec leagues in San Francisco and like, oh, these people do not like me. And I'm not even doing anything that bad. I just like I'm always chatting. I'm chatting the refs, I'm chatting my
Oh
teammates.
yeah.
And you know, I find it to be friendly, but people find it to be very hostile, which
I love it, dude. I love it. I Trash talking has never been my forte, but like I love people that do because it like God, it's so nerdy. But I'm like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, bring it on. Like
yeah,
I'm gonna
no, of
win this time.
course,
Like I got
of
you, you know?
course. And
Like
it just makes you, I mean, okay, this is gonna be big, like overarching theme number two.
love it.
Um, like I think I view the world in a very optimistic way. And I think a lot more people could tilt away from the like pessimistic to optimistic scale. I think a lot of people are way more on this side than they think. But like that being said, like there's times where like, you know, it's really good to be like happy go lucky and optimistic, but sometimes like you have to like kind of be an asshole and just stand up for yourself and not like I guess that comes alongside of like laying back and just kind of taking things and not
Mm-hmm.
really like speaking up. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always a really fine balance and like in a funny way, like being able to like talk shit like really helped me like find that a little bit more and start to like, I don't know, take on the world with a little more vigor.
Dude, so I was literally just talking to my friend about this. Okay, there's a few things. Okay. So what we were talking, I'll preface it. What we were talking about is like winning, which I feel like you're very good at,
I try.
except for in actual basketball horse, where
I'm ass at
I
I'm ass at
destroyed
actual
you. I
basketball.
destroyed you.
That's the best part.
It wasn't even a contest.
It's not even a contest. But keep making your point, please.
So, okay, we're talking about winning.
Uh-huh.
And like I think there's a different, I mean, I would love to hear what you think. I think there's a difference between like being skilled at something and continuing to improve on like that skill. So let's call it, you know, let's call it soccer.
Sure.
Continuing to improve on your soccer skills. And then there's kind of like in the background, generally related to everything, but it's like a separate skill, which is winning. Would you say that that's accurate? Like it's like winning is its own thing. And it's kind of a mentality. I don't know. Like it reminded me of the
Yeah.
like you just it's like a confident because I have this other thing, this comp, like, all the shit that fucks you up doesn't really fuck me up, but like I think older siblings have a different view of like winning or just like I don't know, they're just like shit versus younger siblings. I think younger siblings have more confidence generally than older siblings.
That's an interesting point. I'm the younger sibling,
Which
and
absolutely tracks.
yeah, I guess. I mean, my brother's a pretty confident guy, I would say. But I think from a sports perspective, I mean, I'm confident. I mean, it's hard to know, honestly. I'd actually like to hear what he has to think about that. But to your point, I at first kind of wasn't agreeing with it, but the more I think about it, I think that's very much. Here's what I think it comes down to, and I have another anecdote about this, actually a very recent one. So again, I play rec flag football Wednesday nights now, and we have a very good team.
Very good.
Very good. We won the championship last year.
The scores that guy posts are annihilating. It's like 58-8.
We do some really mean things on the intramural flag football field. But that all being said, we had a game this past Wednesday and we were down 24-0 at half. And we're the better team. But like our quarterback was out. We had this other guy playing quarterback and he's fine, but like it was not working out well. And at halftime, I was like, look, we can win this game, right? Like it's out of reach, but it can be done. And we go out and we make it a 24-18 game and we don't quite win. But I think what it comes down to is like, there's a big psychological aspect of being like, I'm winning this game. And like, I don't care how it's going to be done. Like it's going to happen. And it's kind of like, I guess that also conforms around, I don't know exactly what the theme is in like psychology, but like manifesting things you want to happen. Like you just gotta like this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Like I'm gonna make it happen. Versus like this is what I want to happen, and like there are these steps I can take. But no, like this will be the final result. And I found that to be like, an incredibly useful tool when we were playing that game. But like that was only possible because we had like superior athletes. So
sure,
it's hard to know. That's just like how I think about it. But there's something to say about being a winner, definitely. But I don't know, man. Again, when I think about all-time great winners, they're all top of the game at whatever they're in. Tiger, Serena, like LeBron, Steph, like these people are all just like, they win so much because they're all just so good.
Sure. I agree with that. I think that if you look at the skills of all these people, there's a lot more people with that general, like that same skill. And on any given day, they might not have that skill. They might not be there. You got like the Michael Jordan food poisoning game, which is what it should be called, not the flu game.
Yeah, I know. Seriously.
But yeah, like, right. He wasn't, or like Tiger with his broken fucking knee in 2008, like just, he was not more skilled necessarily.
Yep. Kind of.
He had a broken knee.
I know, but that was an era of Tiger Woods golf performance that like the only thing that would have returned him to any sort of normalcy was to not have like half of a leg.
Look, I think, yes, there's something like there's the skill, but I think that there's also, I think you have to have the mentality. And like, I think, like you look at Sergio Garcia, amazing golfer.
Yeah.
Couldn't win.
No. Ricky, great golfer, can't win. Yeah. Golf's a special
Lee
one.
Westwood couldn't win.
Golf's a special one. It's probably one of the sports that has some of the most talented people that just never, ever win. There's no
so
team
mental.
aspect to
It's
it.
so mental.
It's so mental. I
mean, like, so Reggie Miller is the only guy who I feel like I look at him like, fuck, that guy should have. Like, I don't know how he didn't win a championship.
That's fair. Did Barkley not win one? Am I remembering that
Yeah,
right?
no, he didn't win one either.
Yeah, I mean,
Jordan just crushed him. Jordan just
Jordan
crushed
just absolutely.
crushed their
I
spirits.
know.
Dude,
I know.
so okay, this is gonna be a lot of sports at the top, but like fuck it. I love it. There's the Netflix like Untold Stories. Have you been watching those? It's like
No.
30 for 30 Netflix.
Uh-huh.
Dude, phenomenal.
Really good.
Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, would highly recommend looking at those. But one of them was on a tennis player, and he was really good friends with Andy Roddick growing up.
Uh-huh.
Roddick, best American tennis player of all time, but obviously not one of like the GOATs. And he came into prime right as Rafa came into prime, right as Roger Federer came into prime, right as
Nadal.
Nadal. What's the other guy? Why am I forgetting his name? Anyway, the other guy was fucking incredible.
I know the fourth guy.
Djokovic.
Everyone forgets that. Yeah.
No, he's the third guy. Did I say
Nadal,
Federer, and Djokovic?
Yeah, those are the big three.
Big three, dude.
Big three.
And Roddick quit.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't. He won right away, and then he's like, I can't win against these guys, and he quit.
Yep. Yeah. It sounds like my track and field career. I did.
Because I think he loves winning. I don't know. That's the thing. No, keep going. Sophomore year track and field. I love it.
Everybody loves win, and nobody hates losing more than people who love winning. It's like, yeah, that's what I think it comes down to. I hate losing more than I love winning, and like I can't even imagine. I can only imagine that people who make it to the top of the professional game are that times 10. Like you do it because you love to win so much, but that makes losing just hurt so much. And I can't even imagine I couldn't imagine being a pro athlete and having three guys who are going to be known as like the greatest males to ever play that sport and just being like, well, fuck me.
Totally, dude. Like that's
like, I don't want to be fourth. Like no one wants to be fourth. Like you want to be the best. And
see, Matt Kuchar loves being fourth.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, and you make a lot of money being fourth, and like it's all good, you know. But yeah, I ran hurdles my sophomore year. I did 1 year of track. I did short hurdles. There's a longer hurdles race, and then I did triple jump and long jump. And I'm not trained in any of those, but JV and the JV division in my local high school was so ass. So I won all my hurdle events and long jump. And then next year was junior year. I had to go to varsity. I went out to one practice. I quit. I was like, you know what? Oh, why? Yeah, because hurdles get higher. Everybody's way better. I would have gone from finishing first or second in all my heats to literally finishing seventh or eighth. And I was like, I think I'd rather play baseball with my friends. It was hella fun. It was really fun.
See, one philosophy I'm trying to adopt more is to let myself win more. Because I think growing up, there are very few things that I would quit. Like it would take a lot to quit. And I didn't win at all. Like I was very good, but I wasn't like winning at like all of them.
Sure.
And I think I am working on, I'm trying to like, just have more things. I'm like, fuck yeah. And keep that psychology going where you're like, oh yeah, I got this. Like I'm crushing it.
Yeah. It's kind of what we were talking about, right? Like you just have to be in that mentality.
I really think it's a mentality thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I guess in theory, it could make people a bit delusional and be like, and set unrealistic expectations and things like that. But I feel like if you're starting at a place that's here, like you need to go to the extreme in order to like figure out where you fall in between. You know what they say? Like if you have a horrible slice problem, try just hooking the shit out of everything. And then eventually you figure out how to make the ball go straight, dude.
Dude, that's a phenomenal
all day.
I would love to talk golf right now. We actually need to make a plug for your Instagram and your entire celebrity status.
You want me to do it? I got a nice.
I'd love to. I'd
It's a
love to.
quick and easy introduction. Look,
I'd love to hear. Here, give me one. I'm gonna get some coffee.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
still
I'll take-
recording here. I'm just
I'll
gonna,
take the reins.
Yeah. Take the wait. No, because I want to hear it. I want to hear it. So give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna fill up my cup. I'll be right back.
Okay, fine. What up, everybody? Chris is gone. You're about to hear about kind of this, you could call it a lifestyle account that I created starting at the top of the year. And it's really exciting. It's been picking up in a ton of momentum. And Chris is back, so we could really get into it. So you have your people, I should say, you have your influencers on Instagram, right? And they cover us and they span across all sorts of different topics, right? You have like, your star athletes, you have, your really pretty girls that dance. I can't stand those, but beside the point. And then you got like, people who cook things and are very health conscious, like, dare I say, people are like plant-based and vegan. Then you kind of got, again, like your fitness buffs, these dudes who are just so clearly on steroids and just like doing ridiculous things in the gym.
Yeah. They're humongous.
And then this may be an aspect of the influencer world that not a lot of you are familiar with, but there's a lot of really cool golf content out there, and not even necessarily pro golfers, but a lot of amateurs that, do trick shots or, play golf and do a really good job at having people follow them, and people are really into that. But the one thing that Instagram lacks is a combination of those last three, right? So what if I told you could have a one-stop shop for Instagram's most curated plant-based fitness golf content? And that's right. It's not even independent. It all comes together into one, dare I say it, glorious account. And
it's glorious.
That is the plant_based_fitness_golf_guy. And lucky for all of you, you're hearing him, maybe seeing him if you publish these Zooms so people can see it. But
we are. These are on YouTube, baby.
We're on YouTube, baby. So yeah, I was telling them before, I've been picking up great momentum. I just hit my 310th follower in the last 9 months. So
absolutely huge.
You could see I'm blowing up a bit.
You are. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Like, you are to go from 0 to 300 in 9 months with
organic.
It's vegan. Organic growth, plant-based fitness golf guy. Like, I love it. I mean, you started with zero. You started
with zero. A zero and a dream. Actually, though, there's kind of some good. It's funny. There's kind of good stuff on this that I'm happy to start sharing. But like,
I would love it.
It's a funny thing, right? Like, basically this situation always happens now where I'll be with a good friend of mine and I'll meet somebody and they're like, "Oh my God, you need to check out plant-based fitness golf guy. Like, this guy's hilarious. Like, he does all this funny stuff." And people are just like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" It's so critically important that you have even a, like, who I am, etc. Because it actually like makes me like I'm almost a bit uncomfortable being like, yeah, I got this like account, like whatever. And it's funny because I made it right as a joke, and like I was just kind of bored and like loved doing all these things and was posting about it.
Well, you were doing stories, and like you started off a while ago. Like, you've always been an entertainer.
I'd like to think
you are an entertainer. You're an entertaining guy. You have these things which you call goofs, and you dance in the mirror pretty well, if I may add. Pretty well.
It's been getting better. I would say now. I tried to do a
7 to 9 out of 10.
Yeah. I used to do those
well before TikTok.
Well before I had people telling me like
TikTok.
This could be my one shameless brag. People were telling me like, I remember when TikTok first came out, everyone was like, "Oh, it's just the Chinese trying to like steal your data." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not going on TikTok." And then like TikTok started getting big and big, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, you get on TikTok." And I'm like, I've been doing these things for way longer than I've been playing music and dancing in my car since I was listening to like EDM music
Yeah.
my junior year, like rolling into my high school lot, just being an absolute goon.
I mean, it's amazing. They were
Yeah.
great. I love the videos. They're always optimist. So then you started, I mean, you just kept entertaining people on your own Instagram,
Right. And I was
just doing videos and
I was
stuff.
doing a lot of golf stuff at the time.
Yep.
And a little bit of fitness stuff. And then so I have a really good friend in San Francisco. His name is Matt. Shout out Matty Ice, Matty_Ice 10.
A big guest on Plant-Based Fitness.
Yeah, he's a
golf guy account.
Pretty much the main character. So he's actually he's been plant-based for longer than I have. 2, he's just as strong as me and weighs like 30 less pounds. And 3, he's like a 7 handicap. So he's actually the plant-based fitness guy.
Wow.
I'm a huge fraud. But no, he's been plant-based for quite some time. And I went to a family dinner of his in mid-January of this year. And I met this individual. He was actually the CEO of another private equity firm in San Francisco. Really accomplished guy, big personality, like all these different things. But he was talking a ton at dinner about how he went plant-based 2 or 3 years prior when he was starting to develop some issues with like plaque in his heart and some things like that. And to this day, like it's just all gone. It's completely reversed itself. And I'd been hanging out with Matt a ton before that, and he'd been plant-based. And after hearing that, I was like, you know what? Let's see what this is all about, right? I live in San Francisco. It's pretty easy to figure that out. I'm working
no health issues though, right? You didn't have any.
No, I didn't
healthy.
have any like
you were
health
a very
issues.
healthy guy.
I think I was a healthy guy. Actually, I should have like gotten blood work done, so I would have known how things.
That'd been really interesting.
Over time. Yeah, I like literally have never gotten blood work done. I don't know how that's not like something that's instituted for people.
I know. Yeah.
Kind of weird. Like I feel like they uncover things that you literally cannot know about yourself.
All right, Pete Theranos, dude. It's too bad that they didn't
What a bummer, right? Yeah. Elizabeth Holmes. Oh, she's going through trial right now too. She's gonna go away for a long time.
I don't know, dude. I think she's getting off. But we'll put a pin in that.
Let's put a pin in that. Oh,
we'll put a pin in that.
Literally, we'll get the blood out. We'll put it in the reader. I guess it's a cool idea. But yeah, since then I've been largely plant-based. I've cheated, I don't know, a fair bit of times, just like on vacations and things when there's just nothing available, and like by necessity, I feel like I have to eat, which I have found vegans take no exception to. Like, I actually feel so guilty when I have to do that. And I really try to minimize it. I don't really do it often at all.
Mm-hmm.
But my whole view on being plant-based is like I basically do it to the extent like it's just not going to like detriment my health. Right. Like if I'm not going to eat a whole day, like I'm going to eat something that maybe contains some form of animal byproduct.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's really totally changed the way I look at food, man. And like how, I mean, I'm not going to go on like, there's enough places you can go and find reasons why you shouldn't eat meat and like not support the farming industry, whatever it is. But I think for me, it's just like, it's really not that hard to not eat meat. Yeah. Like there are so many meat alternatives that are all very good that like, if you are cooking for yourself, like I already didn't really like cooking meat for myself anyway, because I was never sure if it was like even cooked properly or I didn't want to get sick. Like I hate having to think about that. And I just don't really think about that at all anymore. I feel a lot better after meals. I will say the one thing people like to harp on is like, it gives you this whole boost of energy and different things that like you didn't feel on a meat-based diet, which has been hard for me to isolate, to be honest. I also did it in conjunction with this big like fitness kick. So it's also been hard to realize how that's like impacted my fitness and like muscle building and whatever it is. But I mean, all in all, it's been really awesome, man. I try to get people, I think it's arrogant to try to get people to become vegan that don't want to. You just introduce them to some recipes that are plant-based, and people over time are just like, this is totally fine. And like, I will, like tonight, actually, I have a dinner party where I'm cooking 9 or 10 people, like
Love
some
it.
vegan noodles. And, just little things like that. People are just like, oh, this is, again, I keep saying it, but like, wow, like I didn't think, like when you think vegan food, you just think of like shit.
Yeah.
And these days it's 2021, like it's easier than ever. Like I talk to people who've been vegan for 20 years and I'm just like, how did you do that? Like you must have, like you literally could have only eaten like rice, beans, and lentils and tofu. And now it's just like there's like Trader Joe's has its own store brand fake meat. Like
Mhm.
it's perfect. Anyway, that was a lot about being vegan, but
Fucking love it, dude. I mean,
it's been good. It's been good.
It fires me up. I mean, it's yeah, my parents are both vegan right now.
Really?
Yeah, they've been vegan. They were vegan for like 10 years prior to me being born.
Oh, no way.
And I wasn't raised vegan. Was raised pretty healthy, but definitely not vegan. And
that's really interesting. Did you ever ask them why they didn't raise you vegan?
My dad just stopped wanting to be veg. It wasn't because of me. It was he had some barbecue chicken. And he's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But he is strict now. I mean, he's not strict. I mean, he's just dedicated. He like is fully, he's a devout vegan.
That's awesome.
There's really not, he's just like, the kind of like the winning mentality. He has the winning mentality on vegan. Like there's not really anything that he's like looking for any kind of excuse to not like have a, meal or something ready. Like he is quite prepared, ready to go. Yeah, absolutely loves it. Very down for the cause.
That's cool. I mean, I think it's funny that that's the reason, right? I feel like what I was expecting you to say was they were just going to let you figure it out. But
Sure.
As with all things that parents put on their kids, like those situations, like I'm sure if they had raised you vegan and the second you like got a taste of meat, you would have like literally never thought about eating greens for the rest of your life.
I don't disagree. I think, yeah, it is. It's similar to how you're approaching other people with like veg stuff. You're just like, oh yeah, this is like a lot of people when they have people over, they don't really make a big deal, but they're just like, oh, by the way, like I'm vegan, like we got some good stuff, or like, or if you want meat, like bring it or whatever. No one, like some people, anyway, accepting of other people. And I think that's a generally good philosophy for helping if you want to bring about change, because you can't really be so naive to think you're like powerful enough to like bring about change with anything. If it's like politics, food, someone's golf swing, shout out dad.
Yeah. Wait, so when you go home, do you have really dank vegan meals?
Mm-hmm.
What does your mom and dad like to make?
A lot of really good tacos, some really good
fake meat or
Asian
tofu
noodles. It's mostly, they haven't really gotten into the fake meat game.
Yeah,
it's mostly
it's good as in like you don't need to, because it's honestly not very good for you.
Sure. It's not
satisfies a craving, right?
Yeah. It makes things a little quote unquote easier to like think about. I don't know. It mixes things up, which is nice.
It does.
Seems like it would. But yeah, a lot of tofu, a lot of lentils.
Yeah.
Beans, soups and stuff.
Tempeh?
A little bit. Dude, I gotta have you over to the pad in Walnut Creek.
I didn't know
that would be great.
That'd
be fantastic.
That would
we
be
go
so
do that.
awesome.
Have some vegan meals. Go play some golf. Dude. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah, Chris and I have been meaning to play around together for quite some time.
I'm just gonna fly up. See, I was up in San Francisco for like 2 days. When I texted you, I was actually in San Francisco when I texted you. But you're with a lady. So but we gotta play.
Ladies, don't worry. She's gone, so I'm open. Sort of.
I mean, yeah.
Sort of. That's
I mean, we
thing
get
to put a pin in.
Dude, we gotta do Yeah, we gotta do a golf round. I'm just gonna fly up because you're gonna be more busy than I am. But come down anytime. We'll spice it up. I have a question for you around golf
Mm-hmm.
because you're a very muscular, strong person. What are your stats by that? How much do you weigh and how tall are you? What is your bench and what is your squat right now? Let's get some stats in here. Let's get some stats in here for the people.
Fine, we'll put some stats.
You can go first if you would like.
I mean, mine are not insanely impressive, but I am currently in.
Here, I'll go first.
You go first.
All right. Chris Childers. How do they do it in college? Scouts. All right, we got Chris Childers. Chris is 6'1". He's 166 pounds. He squats usually 20 reps of 80 pounds.
That's a lot. Gotta burn a lot.
We're in the volume game. And his bench, he's working, he alternates between knee push-ups and real push-ups with some shoulder rehab, which is actually going very well right now. But
yeah.
That is those are Chris's stats. And he's an obvious first rounder. Anyway, we're gonna move on to Guy. All right.
Guy Kasnick coming out of Stanford, California.
I knew the Stanford was coming.
Now, Jim,
I love it.
Last year I would have given you something new, but in the past few months, he's been eating some creatine. So the pounds have gone up a fair bit. We're looking at 203.
Wow.
203 on the pounds. Sits at about 6.5, 6'1" on a good day. And that's right, Jim. He grew another inch through like the last year and a half of college. So he's over 6 every day. It used to be 6 on a good day. Now it's 6'1" on a good day. How about that?
That's nice.
And we're looking at some numbers here. 1 rep bench. The best is 265, but I probably can't hit that now. The legs have always been where the power is. I need to redo this because I think I could get a little higher, but I 1 rep 345 on squats.
Wow.
And then I 1 rep 435 on deadlift.
Good God.
Yeah.
That's big.
This is really great. I had my buddy Matt take a video of the deadlift and I'm so gassed up. I'm listening to this song. I'm screaming the lyrics. I get under and then it cuts off. It literally, the video
cut.
He recorded it on Instagram.
Oh my God.
And the problem is Instagram does it in 15-second videos and he only saved the first 15-second video. It's literally the moment right before I pull the bar.
That's so funny.
I'm on my way up and then it just cuts.
Oh my God. That's like a hole-in-one where no one's next to you.
Yeah, but it feels a lot better a hole-in-one feels a lot better than 435 on deadlift. I'll tell you that much.
Dude, wow. So what? I have no context for that. It just seems like so much. But like, if you're in a football team, who can squat more than you and who can squat not more than you? In a regular, like a collegiate, like a college football team.
Most people across the board could probably put up at least that amount of weights.
Wow.
These guys are like so ridiculously strong.
That's so
crazy. And they, especially D1 guys, like they're in the weight room like as often as I am, doing things that are like 100 times more intense.
Yeah.
And getting like really good recovery. That's really the problem with the way
not working 60 plus like, 70 hours a week.
Yeah. Like I'm fucking sitting on my ass and then an hour and a half every morning I go into the gym and then I do some cardio with playing flag and soccer, but it's not good from like at some point I actually called a physical therapy office today being like, do you guys just do like general consultations? Like I need somebody to like do a full body scan on me and let me know like if I'm just like destroying my own body, because my biggest fear is that like I literally lift something and I get hurt,
snaps. Yeah.
And then I'm just done, dude. Like then you're just done for X amount of time. Really don't want that to happen.
Yeah. Sounds like a smart idea. Did they say yes?
Yeah, they're like, you come in and whatever. And I was like, yeah, okay. How much is it? And they're like, we take insurance, but the out of pocket's like 200 a visit. And I was like, I need to make sure I got my insurance covering that. Oh, did I just cut out?
No,
Hold on.
no, I heard all that. I heard all that.
Oh, you heard all that? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I, dude, I now work a little bit in healthcare, but it's taken me about 25 years to understand like what the fuck it even means to make sure my insurance covers like a PT visit.
Yeah,
I text my dad like, hey dad, like I need to talk about our insurance. Like, I'm still on my parents' plan, and I'm like, yeah, I need to figure out what the hell's good with this.
Dude,
yeah,
it's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. I can't even. I don't know because you worked a lot with healthcare in the job we were at, but I was like literally scared of starting to work in healthcare stuff with the working knowledge I have of it because there's just like I'm gonna be honest, like I didn't even really understand what like a deductible was until like a year or two ago, and like these are all such basic, important concepts to know. And I feel like as someone who grew up in like Palo Alto and like went to Stanford, like just like I just didn't even know any of this stuff. And I'm a bit lucky to not know that, and like privileged is because like my parents have great insurance and like I just stay on that plan. But yeah, man, like I was like, you guys should not be asking me for any piece of financial advice involving a company that works even adjacently to the healthcare space.
Yeah, dude, I have no. Yeah, it's very complex.
So complex. We have Carlene for that. Shout out Carlene.
She
dude. Might be the only person who gets this far listening to me speaking for so long.
Yeah.
Carlene, send me a text if you get all the way here. I'll do something soon right now.
Oh, I love you, Carlene. Okay, golf question.
Yeah.
That was all preamble. Because you're a strong guy.
Mm-hmm.
When you're putting, though, because putting requires no strength.
Finesse.
It's all about finesse and mental. What's your game plan you're like a 10, 12 handicapper right now?
Yeah, right around the technically.
Congrats, by the way.
Technically a 9.9.
Index? 9.9 index.
9.9 index.
Real solid. That's some real solid stuff right there.
I had a stretch of really good golf in Arizona and in Hawaii, and it just brought me down.
Dude, I love it. I love it. What is your what's your game plan with putting? What are you thinking about?
So in my younger days, I used to have, I'm just gonna take you through my whole putting career. It's great. I remember when I was first playing golf, I was like, I don't understand why people don't have like massive putter heads. Like it's the easiest way to keep your swing controlled and just hit it. So you know those Odyssey 2-ball putters?
Of course.
I got a 3-ball putter. And I'm gonna be honest, I bought it on eBay. I'm not even sure it was technically an Odyssey club, but like it was branded Odyssey. And it was also like putter lengths are typically between 35 or 43 and 45, something like that. No, not 45.
Like, not that long, but
33 to 35. 35 is like long standard, and 33 is kind of short. This thing must have been like a 29-inch. Like I would be bending over so much to hit putts. Anyway, I had this clunky piece of shit for a long time. And I remember every single putt, I would be like, I have no idea how hard I need to hit this, let alone where it's going to go. Like, oh my God, I'm just dreading the fact that I have to putt this. So fast forward to me starting to play a lot of golf, starting around this time last year. I got a whole new set of clubs.
What's a lot of golf for you right now? 3 times a week?
Now I play golf like once a week, which is a bummer, but
still not bad.
No, it's not bad, but in the thick of it, it's like 3 rounds a week, which was so much fun. But so last September is when I really kicked off being a golfer and like getting super back into it. I got a new set.
Did that have any thing to do with the payment schedule of finance?
I have no idea what you could be talking about. No, I actually
you got to get yourself a little present. That's great. You got yourself some clubs.
Yeah, a used set of irons.
Okay.
And a used Scotty. The Newport 2, Newport 3.
Yeah, that's
Phil
got some nice
style.
heft to it. No, I know
Phil
exactly.
style, right?
I know exactly what putter that is.
Yeah, that was last September. I actually technically
It's a
started
great putter.
golfing again a lot, like last April, like right as COVID came in.
Mhm.
I would like Uber myself alone to Lincoln Park, which is this horrible but lovely municipal golf course in San Francisco.
Beautiful little
And
spot.
it is. I've probably
Shout out to
played
the
it.
Muni.
Shout out to me. I've probably played it like not exaggerating 50 times since then.
That's
It's
awesome.
my home course. It's the
so fun.
hardest. It's the hardest par 68 in the world.
Yeah, it's hard. Dude, I'm going to take you to a really hilariously hard par 65 here in San Diego when you come here. So fun. So fun.
Okay, I can't wait. But yeah, so started playing and then I was like, okay, when I get good, I'll get myself some new irons, and I was getting better, bought myself some new irons. And putting. And I was like, getting a new putter was helpful, just one that's longer and helped me flow a little bit more. But then it was just like, once I started getting an understanding of, it's always putting is two things. It's speed and it's the read, right? And the speed was getting there. Or actually, the read was getting there first. I just started to there's a few really easy tips, right? You just identify high point of the green and low point, and that gives you a general idea. You'll see people on tour a lot. Victor Hovland does this all the time. He will, and I don't know how to show this, but you want to make sure you're never walking in the line of your putt, but he'll have his foot on each side. And I don't know what the fuck he does, but he does this like balancing act to try to understand how much it's sloping one way or the other, which obviously only works over time, but people have all different techniques. People will this is my favorite thing. Old people love to do this. They will hold and Bryson does, they'll hold it like this.
Yeah.
And they'll try to make, I guess, a perpendicular line to see where it's sloping. It's like,
yeah.
But
dude, I forgot what that's called. It's like the oh shit. Keep going. I'm gonna look up.
But anyway, reading it it's not like I'm an expert reader, but as long as you understand the general direction of your putt, you can get it close, if not in. And then it's just, okay, once you've picked your read, what does the speed look like? And I started getting a lot better over time. And then actually me and Matt got virtual putting lessons from this very, very good putting coach. It's called Potter's Putting. Lots of amazing tips. It's great. The one thing he always does, you send him a video, right? He gives you all sorts of tips. And who does he compare your puttering stroke to every single time? The world's greatest putter ever. It's Tiger Woods, dude.
He's so good.
So good at putting.
Amazing at putting.
There's a stat from him 3 years ago, or it was 2 or 3 years ago at a PGA event. He was 45 for 45 inside 9 feet.
Crazy.
45 for 45. You
Crazy.
put me or Chris in at 9 feet, we're probably making, I don't know, 10 to 15 of them. 15 to 20.
I mean, speak for yourself, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No, I mean it's incredible. It's incredible. It's superhuman shit.
There's a lot of really, and it's just like taking tips and reinforcing them over time. And then the one beautiful thing about golf in general, but really putting less so because it's just a smaller swing, but there's a lot of different ways to do it. And there's a few things that universally help, but the one thing I've done a lot recently that's really helped is, and Phil did this on tour for a quick second, but I almost completely pause at the back of my putting stroke.
Wow.
It helps me not, because the problem is when you rush and you're nervous, like you're not going to hit a good putt. I just bring it back as far as I think I need to, and then just let it go. Let the ball do the work. And then what's really nice on uni greens because they're slower. So you have a lot more confidence hitting them hard, but particularly for really slippery putts on fast greens, just having that control makes me feel a lot better at the hit versus trying to swipe at it quickly, hitting it off the toe and not even hitting it on line.
Yeah. Wow. That's very interesting.
The muscles have nothing to do with the putting.
No, it's very mental.
It makes my full swing a lot more difficult. That's why you don't see Bryson is obviously a big
the muscles make the full swing harder. Got it.
Yeah, just know the rotation is hard. It's hard. And
you gotta keep stretching.
Shoulders from lifting, you need to be able to do this motion very well to shallow the club coming through. And like, it's hard. It's just hard to do that, man. But what I have noticed is, given like the slight increase in power, I just don't have to swing as hard, which helps for kind of a more controlled swing. I actually want to make my swing look more like Raw and Fee now, where they come to about 80%. Because right now, sometimes I honestly overextend and I have no need to do that. Like, I think I just want to start bringing it back here and just kind of like hitting it nice and easy. Although they hit it really hard.
It's crazy how hard they don't look like they're hitting it that. Yeah. No, I'm very interested in the putting. I love hearing that you're doing like a fucking lesson.
Yeah.
Because putting's where it's at. It doesn't matter where you're hitting it. You're gonna
strokes you hit with any club, any single round, no matter what, is your putter. Unless you're literally Cam Smith, who has 18 putts in a round, which is literally impossible. It's so impossible to do what he did. And even that was probably his most used club, because you're not using driver every hole.
Yeah.
And if he's getting on the green and one putting, maybe he's using a lot of the wedge, but still it's always the putter. And all new golfers, man. I have so many friends who I wasn't a good golfer before COVID. I'm definitely at like the higher range of my general friend group, but I saw a lot of people pick up golf through COVID, right? It's become an insanely popular sport. And there's you've heard of 10,000 Hours by Malcolm Gladwell.
Of course.
I think this is what it's from, but he didn't pick up a single club beside a putter for like, is that what it's no, his thing is that it takes 10,000
the dude who like tried to become a pro golfer.
Yes.
Wait, yeah. Do you ever follow up with him? I don't
know, but I learned about him in a Soch class I took in college. And for the first like 1,000 hours was only putting. He didn't pick up a single other club. And like, that's just the way it should be. It's literally so reversed, because everyone just picks up driver and wants to hit it long, which is very helpful. And as we're seeing now, is revolutionizing golf. But, Bryson's also one of the best putters on tour. It's an underrated skill. And like, it just, there's so much to it. Are you seeing anything good?
I'm seeing some great shit, dude. I'm seeing some great shit.
He
quit.
Yeah, he quit. He didn't make it.
The average guy who spent 6,003 hours trying to be a professional golfer, he got famous for valuing hard work over talent. Then he didn't reach his goal. God, poor guy. He didn't know what to write. Oh, man.
It's a bummer, dude. I mean, at least he got better. 30. Probably got really good at golf. Or pretty good.
He quit his job as a commercial photographer, took lodgers to cover the mortgage, husbanded his savings for green fees, and set out to make the PGA Tour.
Jeez. It's fucking awesome.
It's kind of legendary.
It's really sick. I mean, it's trying to make something of the life, man. Like, being a commercial photographer is cool, but
wow.
He refinanced his mortgage for green fees.
Yeah, that's it. So wow, dude. I mean, it's legendary. This guy. I wish he kept going. I mean, you're 6,000 hours in. Like,
shows you.
Wonder if he ran out of money. Oh, we'll have to read up on him.
Shows you how hard it is to become a top at all these sports, especially golf, man. That's the one thing.
It's that skill. That's definitely where skill comes from. Is the time in.
Yeah,
time spent.
But these guys
practicing
have some form of natural ability that just cannot, right.
Yeah,
and that's always the argument, is like, how far can you make it without that? And you just cannot get to the top of the game without. But that being said, like, golf is one of those. I mean, this is important with all sports. Some not as much, but with golf, if you're not playing by the time you're like 5 or 6, like, you're probably not going to go pro.
Yeah.
There's so much to it that's so important. It's like learning a language, pretty much, where it just becomes incrementally harder the longer you wait. But for like sports like football, like, these dudes like start playing in high school and then they become like college stars because they're just athletes. But it's a beautiful thing about golf, dude. You can have someone like Tiger Woods, who's one of the athletes of our generation, and then you can have someone like John Daly, who's literally the fattest motherfucker you've ever seen. Rip starts all the time, and he literally would go. He could go out and beat Tiger on 18. Like, it's
crazy,
a beautiful sport. There's a reason we talk about golf so much on this podcast today, guys. Like, It's a sport. It's a way to hang out. It's a way to be outside. Like there's a reason it's becoming more popular. I honestly, even if you don't know much about golf, like I actually always loved watching golf even before I played. And the whole joke used to always be like, golf is boring, golf is boring. And then there started to become, as with all professional US sports, but like a big focus on making personalities within the sports.
Sure.
And it's totally changed how a lot of people view it now. And all these events are so competitive, and they just had the Ryder Cup, which is like
That's fun.
all time. This was such a great Ryder Cup. They're always good tournaments, but the US just housed Europe, dude.
Yeah,
it wasn't even close. You put Morikawa and DJ on a team, like what do you expect to happen?
Yeah, legendary, dude. It's legendary. All right, dude. We're gonna have to do a round 2 and 3 and 4. We're just gonna have to have some continuing.
I would
some
like
continuing pods. Are you down?
I'm super down. I mean, what I would say is we obviously took today's pod and really ran a lot of different ways with it, but I think Chris and I have some funny insights into things, and I think we just take any feedback people might want to hear about too, and like we just keep going on about it, because this was obviously very golf kind of work. It was really golf focused, a lot of golf.
There's golf, some fitness,
some
some plant-based.
Yeah, it's really my dream podcast, to be
honest. Dude, we have, I mean, there's just so much to talk. We didn't even talk about boogie boarding yet. I have a whole lot to talk about with boogie boarding.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's phenomenal. It's so fun. I'm having a blast with it.
Okay, well, do you want to hear a quick boogie boarding thing?
Yeah, I do.
Really quick.
I love it.
I'm honestly deathly afraid of boogie boarding. I did it like one time when I was 13, and I got absolutely barreled. Yeah, I got barreled, right? I didn't know quite what that was at the time. And I remember it just so vividly being in underwater, just getting thrashed around.
Yeah.
And being like, I'm gonna die. Like this is it.
Like this is in Hawaii.
This was in like Half Moon Bay or something. I was with my friend and his parents, and I literally got washed up to the shore, looked up like, oh my God. Had a mouthful of sand and salt water, sat down there like, do you want to go boogie boarding again? I was like, no, I never, ever want to do that ever again in my life. I'll try doing it with you. And I've like ridden waves and stuff, but man, it was a traumatizing experience.
I mean, it sounds traumatizing. Like, you can get really wrecked. In the ocean. The ocean is not to be trifled with, dude. Like we got like even tiny waves.
Many have tried against the ocean, and I don't think any have succeeded.
No. I mean, it just gives you so much respect for like the people that go big wave surfing. It's just so crazy.
It's so life-threatening.
Yeah, it's so crazy, dude.
But yeah, no, dude, the ocean has a winning mentality.
That's right. We're talking about winning mentality, dude.
Yeah, natural skill and the winning mentality. It's the deadliest combination of the two. And the ocean is literally the epitome of both.
Oh, so good, dude. I mean, see, winning, there's, just to come back to that again, like I remember ping pong. There's a winning mentality that you can have, right? Like when I play my brother, I beat him, even though he is more skilled than I am at ping pong, because I live in his head. There was a moment when he like dominated me like 7 games in a row at some point, like when he was in college, and it changed for him. He's like, oh, I got you. Yeah. Like it's over. I got it.
Hilarious you mentioned that too, because I'm again a younger brother, and my brother used to just destroy me in FIFA every single time we played. Yeah. And like 15 in a row, he would just obliterate me like 7-0. Then I went to college and got a lot better at FIFA, and we started playing at his old job. He used to he works at Unity, and in their office they have this like sick game room, obviously.
That's tight. And
I started beating him like repeatedly. And now it's like, I'm taking this guy, no questions asked. You want some of this smoke? We can make it happen. Oh, this is awesome.
I love
Also,
it,
Johnny
dude.
and Carlene are texting me.
Oh,
I'm
I
just
love
letting
it.
you know
Oh, dude.
I'm on the podcast. I'm
Dude.
podcasting. No, this was good, dude. But yeah, seriously, we should take pointers. Happy to talk about anything else too.
Dude, I love that.
Um,
See, you're a very strategic individual. Like there's a reason that you got into Stanford, the elite of elite schools, even though at first glance, some people may very mistakenly think you're just a flag football plant-based golf guy.
a co-ed
No,
intramural flag football
very
guy.
strategic, very driven. Like, yeah, I would love to. I want to hear more about like it feels like you, even with your Instagram account, like you've thought about it. There's like feedback and things that you're taking in
Right. Well, that's
to
what I was
make
saying.
it better.
Like, it really started as like kind of a joke, and it's really morphed into something that's like not really much of a joke. Like, I'm not like trying to become the world's biggest influencer, but like I take feedback, and like people are like, you should do this and that, and like it's like, well, it's actually a good idea. And like
Sure.
I made that one golf thing where like you play along, and like people really like that, and like
Yeah.
I posted this really funny motivational reel today because me and my
Oh, I gotta
roommate.
see it.
Oh,
didn't
dude.
see
Well,
it.
this goes back to all these like fitness influencer guys. It's always like a video of them like when they were younger, like really skinny, and then it'll like
Yeah.
flash to a new photo and they're like clearly on roids, just like veins you didn't even know existed in the human anatomy coming out of all different parts of their body. And it's like, no one's telling you what to do. Like, you can just sit back and do nothing, or you can go out and make something out of yourself. It's like, it's awesome. And it's hilarious. I like put one together really quick, and I'm getting all these responses that are like, hell yeah, brother, like keep up the grind.
Dude, I love it, dude. I mean, that's I gotta check that out. I'll give you some reacts.
Yeah,
I'll give
you'll
you
see
some
it.
reacts.
You'll see it.
Can't wait, dude. I mean, one of my favorite recurring themes is the viewpoint of the soy milk.
Oh yeah,
The
that was
silk.
an instant gold mine because it's my man. I have the same route in Safeway every time I walk in. I say hello to the guy. I grab a pickup cart and I walk straight to the right, and there it is. It's staring me down every time. And at one point, I was like, this silk milk is staring me down too.
Yeah.
How about I just put my phone in here and get a POV really fast?
Amazing, dude. It's amazing.
Cool.
Oh man, dude. All right, yeah. Let's enjoy the dinner. You playing harding this weekend?
I am tomorrow with my buddy Ravi,
Crush it.
who is an insanely good golfer. He just
That sounds so fun, dude.
He just PR'd at Stanford, shot a 67.
Oh, I saw that post. Wow.
Yes, dude.
Wow. That's incredible.
It's really
Yeah, dude.
awesome.
Mm.
And he's
I
been the guy I
think,
played golf with like growing up, and like he now lives in New York and like doesn't even play that often. Then we'll come back, play 4 rounds, and just be like a gazillion times better than anybody who I like know at all.
Wow.
But that's gonna be great. I'm super excited to play there, and then hopefully I can make it. Dude, going to Scottsdale for golf was such an amazing time. Like coming from here where there's good courses around, but like over there, it's like you have 15 publicly available courses within 10 miles that are all like nicer than most courses you've ever played in your whole life. So I can't wait to go back out there and play more. And then I got to come down and play with you. I know we've been talking about it a lot. I really should have figured out a time when I was in between jobs, but I'll be down there.
Dude, we'll get it. I'm not worried at all. We'll get over the boogie boarding trauma. We'll get some golf. If not, I mean, the ocean's a dangerous place. So
I know if Nicole tells me I need to do it, I'll do it. Okay.
Oh man, dude. Yeah. Honored to have you on.
It was great, man. I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do this. Dude, yeah, well, I'll hit you up. I can't wait. We got to talk. We got to get another competition going somewhere. You know, I miss our competitions. I don't know how we'd compete from distance, but I think we could figure something out. Like right now, You obliterate me in the weight room, so that's no fun. Could maybe do some running.
Oh, no. You can talk to Cam Little about that. Shout out Cam.
Cam beast.
Cam?
I mean,
Cam's listening to this thing too. It's
Cam.
Carlene and Cam for sure.
Yeah, Carlene and Cam.
For
I love
sure.
it, dude. Cam, did he do his marathon, or is he going to?
He's
going to.
Boy, I think he might be doing it like this weekend.
He's very close. Yeah.
He was training for it in Scottsdale. That crazy motherfucker. It was like 100 degrees.
Yeah, legend.
Such a legend.
Yeah, he's in Utah right now.
I know, with Curtis, the man.
Dude, we'll chat. Let's text about it. I don't know. It might be golf. We could do some but I don't know. Like, I remember maybe it's like a Peloton. I don't know. I don't even have a Peloton, but I would get one for you to compete against you in Peloton.
No, I would say no, because I refuse the smart gyms. I need that community. I need to walk into like a big weight room
in
the mornings and be like, fuck yeah. Like, there's just no substitute.
Dude,
Chris, you have to call it. We're not going to stop unless.
All right. I know. I'm gonna call it because we have so much. We're just gonna do this again. I love it.
I
I absolutely love it, dude. All right, love you, man.
Hell yeah,
Peace.
later.